there, I'm Sarah Gallegos from SewPositivelySarah.com and Decorative Stitch in Shelby Township, Michigan. And I'm so thrilled to be the next participant in Baby Lock's Love of Sewing Challenge. How much fun it has been to watch all of the celebrities and seeing what they've been doing with their brand new Destiny 2s. I love the projects they've created and how they've showcased the features on my very favorite machine. It's a little intimidating to follow Evie Hawkins though. She's one of my very favorite celebrity friends and somebody that I turn to for inspiration and ideas all the time. I have a beautiful project to share with you and I cannot wait to show it to you. Now first, a little bit about my Destiny setup here. I have the best job in the entire world. I have a quilt shop, a Baby Lock retailer, and I also travel around the country sharing my love of Baby Lock sewing machines in classes and on videos. If you've seen any of my videos over at sew-at-home-classes.com or on qnntv.com, or maybe you've taken one of my classes, you might know that I've actually had a Destiny for a while. So I don't have the big unveiling to share with you because I've had my Destiny in my sewing room since just not too long after they came out. But what's special about my Destiny, when I purchased my Destiny, it was just a Destiny. Now Baby Lock has come out with the Destiny 2, but they didn't leave us Destiny owners behind. One of my very favorite things about Baby Lock is when they come out with a new product, oftentimes they'll offer an upgrade to the people that have already purchased that product. And that's what I got. Inside of that upgrade kit, I got a CD and full instructions about how I could use a USB stick to upgrade my Destiny to a Destiny 2. So on the outside, it says Destiny, but the inside of it, the workings of it, it's a Destiny 2. Now also in that upgrade kit, I got the new hoop. When the upgrade came out, we also got a 9.5-inch square embroidery hoop, which is great for quilting in the hoop. I've made a lot of fun quilted fabric to use for different types of projects, and it's also great for giant embroidery designs. Lots of fun to play with. So I do think it's really special that I wasn't left behind by having my Destiny for a little bit longer. Now, welcome to my studio. Here I am working at home today. How cool is that? And I want to share with you a little bit about the setup of my machine. Now, I have a smaller sewing space, so it's really important to me that when I bring in a piece of sewing furniture, that it serves a couple of purposes. So I happen to be lucky enough to have a Koala Studio. It's a fabulous piece of furniture. It lives in my sewing space, or in my living space really, and looks great. And what I like about it is that it does a couple different jobs. First of all, it has a lot of storage space. I've got shelves underneath of it, drawers, I've even got a thread chest, so I've got lots of storage space. The next thing that I love about it is that I got mine at a little bit higher height. So mine also works as a cutting table. I can put my big cutting mat on the back, and if I'm cutting kits or working on a project, I can cut without leaning over my kitchen table, which can tend to put a little bit of strain on my back. And then, because it sits up a little bit higher, I've got a nice adjustable Koala chair, and there's a shelf on the bottom side for my presser foot so that I can still reach the presser foot because I am a little bit shorter. Now, I've got my machine set up here for embroidery. That's what I was doing last, but I want to share with you how I can turn this from my embroidery station into my quilting station. So my machine shut off. I'm going to take off my embroidery unit. It slides right off, and of course you always want to make sure that your machine is turned off when you take off your unit, and then set it somewhere safe. And now I need to move my Destiny out of the way because it's sitting up on a flat panel right now. And when I'm sewing, I like to sink my machine down to the level of the cabinet. Because right now, even if I had the the accessory tray on the machine, my fabric tends to kind of pull away from the needle because gravity pulls the weight of the fabric down. So I want to show you how we can drop this down to a lower level. First, I need to move Destiny out of the way. Just lift her up and push her right back. I'm going to take this flat panel out. So I just kind of reach in, pop it up, and I can slide my fingers in and take that out. And again, just put it somewhere safe out of the way. Here we go. Move my pieces around a little bit there. Perfect. Now there's a shelf underneath here that my Destiny is going to sit in. So I'm going to lower her down into the shelf. Just like that. Perfect. Make sure it's not sitting on any cords. Nice and level. We are good. So I can see now that there is a big opening around my machine, and we need to make sure that we cover that up. So I have what's called an insert. The insert is kind of a funny shaped looking piece of wood here, and it is designed to sink down into that hole and completely hug my destiny. So there's no space for my fabric to drop down. So it sits right down in there. There are nice curved beveled edges here for the furniture to come together. And then I just kind of wiggle my destiny. There we go. Until everything sits nice and flat and level. So my destiny is now pretty close to the same exact height as the rest of my sewing surface. I can feel that I've got a little bit of a lip from the machine to the edge of my insert. And what's great about this is that this cabinet, when I purchased mine, I got with the XL lift. That is an electronic lift that supports the weight of the destiny. You want to be careful when you're lifting your destiny in and out because she's kind of heavy. So having a good sturdy shelf for the machine to sit on and a good power lift makes it a lot easier to adjust your cabinet. Now, my cabinet plugs right into the wall, it's electronic, and I even have a remote for it. So I can very easily lower my destiny or lift it back up until it's exactly perfectly flush. I've got a nice flat sewing surface, and that's what I have here. That makes it so easy to feed my fabric through. If I'm free motion quilting, I don't have any little lumps or bumps. If I'm piecing, I don't have to worry about my seams flipping over underneath of my fabric because everything is gonna glide through nice and straight and flat. So now that I have transformed my workspace into my quilting space, I've got everything all cleaned up, kiddos are at school, and I am ready to settle into a big day of sewing. I can't wait to share with you the project that I'm creating. I get to highlight one of my very favorite specialty features on the Destiny, and that is called pivot position. I love all of the features of the machine, the embroidery features, and the camera, and the guide beam, and the sensor pen, so many cool things. But sometimes it's the smaller features that create a big impact in your sewing. And that's exactly how I feel about pivot position. It allows me to piece, chain piece, sew, and applique, like I'm going to show you, the very easiest way possible because I can adjust my fabrics as I sew and never lose my place as I'm stitching. So I can't wait to share with you my project and the way that I created that. That's coming up next in my next video, so stay tuned and check it out.